guys, and welcome to today's video. I am here to tell you all about my thoughts on the Sephora Pro Face Palette. I have the shade Light. It comes in 3 shades, light, medium, and deep, and it's $58. It comes in this cute little rose gold outer packaging. I love it. And inside you get the Sephora Pro Face Palette and a little booklet showing you some suggested looks. This palette is really nice and sturdy. It is very large. It is a hard plastic outside with a full-size mirror on one side and the products on the other. All of these products are powders, but there are 2 of these kind of creamy champagne vanilla colors, the 2 pink colors, and then 4 different shades of brown. And my favorite thing about this palette is how many different looks you can create with the one palette. Not only does it contain your blush, your bronzer, and your highlight, it is a face palette, but you can also use those shades as eyeshadows. And I just think all of these colors are so pretty. So I'm going to take a second and swatch them for you and tell you their names. On this top row here, we have Hollywood, Glambitious, Showtime, and Art Deco. And on the second row, we have Muse, Paparazzi, Walk of Fame, and Really Pretty. I do feel like Hollywood and Paparazzi are really pretty for highlight or eyes, but the color Showtime, I don't know if you can tell, but it's super pink and glittery. And I just don't know how I feel about that as a blush. That's a little crazy for a blush in my opinion. But I'm really excited about this shade, Art Deco, for my contour. That is the shade of ashy brown for a contour that I really, really love. For cool tone people and more fair skinned people like me, you're looking to match the shadows in your face. And for me, my shadows tend to go a little bit more gray than golden. And sometimes it's really hard to find a great contour product that has that gray undertone to it. So I'm really excited about that. I really love all of these shades. I think they are all beautiful, and like I said, I really love the multi-use of this. Glambitious is a really pretty peachy color that could be used for contour or blush or eyes. Really Pretty could also be a really bright, bold eyeshadow if you wanted instead of blush like I have it on today. Hollywood and Paparazzi, like I said, both are super shimmery and pretty, and I'm really excited to play with this. I love it. So today I'm going to walk you through how I did this full face of makeup with just this Sephora Pro palette in Light. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is put my trusty MAC paint pot in Painterly all over my lid to give the eyeshadow something to stick to. For my first eyeshadow step, I'm going to use the color Glambitious with a big fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to put it right in my crease as a transition shade. Next, I'm going to take a flat eyeshadow brush and the shade Paparazzi, which is this beautiful glitter highlight color, and I'm going to put it all over my lid. This shade is so beautiful and so sparkly. I really love it. Next, I'm going to go in with a medium-sized eyeshadow brush and the shade Walk of Fame, which is kind of a medium neutral brown, and I'm going to go in my crease. For my last step for eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with a smaller crease brush into the shade Art Deco, which is the darkest shade in this palette, and I'm going to go right in my tight crease to give a little bit more depth. I'm going to go back in with my flat eyeshadow brush, get a little bit more Paparazzi on the brush, and I'm just kind of going to touch up my lids. After all of that blending, I just really wanted to make sure that all of that sparkle would show through. Now I'm going to go in with some eyeliner, put on my foundation and some concealer, and I'll be right back. I applied my foundation and my concealer and my eyeliner, and I am back and ready for some contour. I'm going to go in with an angled contour brush into the shade Art Deco that we used in our tight crease earlier as my contour. I'm really excited about this color because it's more of kind of an ashy gray cool tone contour, which is kind of hard to find right now, and I'm really happy about it. I will say the shade is super pigmented. Don't worry, this will blend out, but don't go in really heavy-handed on your first time. If you've seen any of my other videos or read my blog, you already know this, but to anyone that is new, I'm big on using makeup to manipulate and enhance shadows and light. Because of this, I don't actually contour my whole face. I only contour the parts that I feel like I could use a little bit of enhancement. And for me, I really love to play up my cheekbones. So I only contour below my cheekbone, kind of down my ear and down my jaw to give a little bit of a nice jawline and a really great shadow and hollow here under my cheekbone. I feel like that's the most flattering on me and what looks best. I don't feel like I need to contour my nose or forehead or anything else. I just like to keep things super natural and do kind of what my face does naturally, but a little bit better. Next step, blush, and I'm gonna go in with a big fluffy brush. I can never say that. A big fluffy blush brush into the shade Really Pretty, and I'm gonna apply it right to the tops of my cheekbones. Since this is a bit more of a natural summertime look, I am gonna go a little bit of extra color on the cheek, make it look like I've got some summer sun, even though I'm always wearing sunscreen. My final step for face makeup is always my highlight, one of my favorite steps, and I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. This one is the Pro Contour from Sephora. I don't know why I prefer this over highlight brushes, I just really like this one. And I'm going to go into the shade Hollywood. You could use the shade Paparazzi that we used on our eyes earlier, but it is more of a glitter highlight than a shimmer highlight, and I just prefer more of a shimmery natural highlight. Again, I only highlight the things on my face that I want to accentuate, so I just get a little bit of my brow bone onto my cheekbone, and I think that's a really great natural place for a highlight. One thing that I really love about a look that's this natural is you can really do whatever you want with the rest of it. So I did a little bit of a bolder liner, and a really great way to mix up your look is with your lip color. And since I'm using the Sephora Pro Face Palette today, I really wanted to use one of my Sephora collection lippies. I have my favorite cream lip stain here, and I'm going to decide which of these shades I want to use for this look. I am kind of torn between this kind of pinky nude and this really bright fun summer pink. So I'm gonna pick a lippy, I'm gonna go in with some brows, and I'm gonna go in with some mascara, and I will be right back. And here it is, my final look. I ended up going with the bright fun summer hot pink because I just can't help myself. My final thoughts on the Sephora Pro Face Palette in Light. Overall, I really enjoyed this palette. I think the pigments are all fantastic. I really love that you can do multiple looks from one palette, and I'm taking your whole face. This is a very large palette. It's skinny. The width, I would say, is about the size of a regular eyeshadow palette, but overall, it's quite large. So it would take some effort to pack. If you are gonna pack it to go somewhere, I would wrap it in some clothes or something just to make sure it doesn't get rattled too much. It does seem pretty sturdy. The packaging isn't super cheap. It is plastic, but it isn't super cheap, like flimsy plastic. But just remember that the whole inside is a mirror, so you just want to make sure you don't break that, or you don't break the pigments themselves. The one thing I will say about this palette is I almost wish this super sparkly pink blush was, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm not usually a fan of coral, but I wish it was a coral blush or maybe a darker blush. I just feel like the blush is kind of the only place that it really lacks in depth. It is a very, very, very shiny pink, sparkle shiny. So for a blush, that would be a lot. I did try it as an eyeshadow and it was very pretty, but it wasn't as pretty as the paparazzi that I did on my eyes today. If you are a more cool toned or fair skinned person like me, I think the bronze and contour colors in this palette are gorgeous. They are not those warm colors that are so hard against your skin. They just don't blend and look natural. They're very, very natural, and I especially love this Art Deco gray contour. It's not gray, it's a gray brown, but that color we talked about earlier, I really love that. I love the blush, really pretty. It is really pretty. Really love the Hollywood highlighter. It reminds me of the Becca in Moonstone that I use every day. Again, the Paparazzi Sparkle highlighter color was really pretty on my eyes. I would not use it as a regular highlighter, and I really love that you can use these other neutral brown shades as face products, contour, bronzer, or eyes. I really think this is fantastic. Again, it is $58, so it is not cheap, but knowing that you have eye looks, contour, highlight, and blush all combined in one little guy is pretty awesome. How do you feel about this look? How do you feel about this palette? Let me know in the comments below. If there's anything else you want to see, products you want me to review or try, looks you want to know how to do, let me know. I really love hearing from you guys. Thanks so much for watching and spending some time with me. I love hanging out with you guys. If you like being here, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when a new video goes up, and I will see you guys next time.